Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the award-winning Legends of Sport podcast. I'm your host, Andy Bernstein. As we all know, many iconic players, coaches, teams, and executives are honored every year at the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame enshrinement ceremony. During a separate event the night before enshrinement, the Hall also honors many deserving media members with the Curt Gowdy Media Award and the Bunn Lifetime Achievement Award to someone who has dedicated their career to basketball. The highlight of my career was being awarded the Gowdy Media Award in 2018. I was only the second photographer honored at that time, and it was an amazing night for my family and I. We're thrilled to bring you this episode with 2025 Bunn Lifetime Achievement recipient Jeff Twiss. Jeff is the Boston Celtics' longtime public relations director and executive. After Jeff, we have Gowdy Award recipient George Blaha, the 50-year play-by-play voice of the Detroit Pistons. Both of these men were so great to chat with. I hope you will enjoy this episode as much as I do. And as always, folks, I'll see you on the backside. Well, I'm here with a longtime friend. I say that a lot during Hall of Fame weekend, but Jeff and I, you and I go back to the early 80s together. The beginning of my career, probably the beginning of your career. You started with the Celtics in 1981. Is that right?
As a little intern. That's right, the summer of 81.
Yeah, unbelievable. So let's go back in time, Jeff. Okay. I want to talk about a specific photo shoot that I did that's going to rekindle some memories. So do you remember this? I think it was 80. Let's think about this for a second. It had to be 88, I believe, 86 you guys won. The Celtics won the championship, right? 87 the Lakers were trying to get it back to the finals and hopefully meet the Celtics. I get a call from Inside Sports Magazine. They want to do a cover shot in February when you guys came in to play the Celtics and play the Lakers of Magic and Larry with the championship trophy to predict the finals, which are going to be 3 months later. Mm-hmm. Right? This is how things happened back then. I nervously picked up the phone and called Josh Rosenfeld, the PR guy for the Lakers. He said, well, this is what he said. He said, well, if Jeff and Larry are on board with the Celtics, I'll get Magic to do it, right? So it's a 12 o'clock, 12:30 game on a Sunday, national television, the whole thing. And here come Magic and Larry into that little ante room next to the visitors' locker room 40 minutes before game time. I mean, do you remember anything from that shoot?
I certainly do. Yeah. I just remember Larry saying, where are we going? How long is this going to take? And who's in it? And what's it going to be? And I said, Andy's taking the photograph. Yeah. I said, you got with Irving, Magic Johnson, and yourself. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm going to be, just get me a good time or wherever Magic's ready, I'm ready. That kind of thing. Okay. And it turned out you were ready, and we said, let's do it. And we fought him down, and we did it. And you nicely got a photograph, including Josh and myself, on Rose.
Right. But on a game day, could you even imagine? I mean, you can't even fathom that ever happening again in this era, right? But it was amazing. So the concept of the shot, which I think I explained to you guys and to the players, was that it was like a fight post, like a boxing poster. They're supposed to stare each other down over the championship trophy, like want to rip each other's heads off. That was supposed to be the picture.
That's correct.
That's what the magazine wanted. And I had probably a minute and a half to do this whole shoot. And I told the guys, and they're like, okay. And they didn't even talk to each other when they came in. No. I get them in place. They're looking at each other. Trophies here. And I count 3, 2, 1, click the shutter. They cracked up. Yeah. They cracked up. And we could not get the picture. And I was like mortified because this is what they wanted. But it turned out that it actually was a really, really fun picture. It's lived on forever. And the photo they actually used was my second idea, which I came up on the fly like that, was Larry polishing the trophy, right? Like, okay, this is mine. And Magic standing behind him like, I want it back kind of thing. And that's the photo they used. So
That's right. Yeah, I'd forgotten that till you said that.
Yeah.
I remember Larry kind of putting a bear hug around it. And they're like, no, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You're right.
Well, that was such an incredible era. And Jeff, you and I, worked side by side. And I just have to tell you that I can't imagine somebody easier to work with in such a stressful, crazy environment. I mean, Boston Garden was nuts. You have to admit, I mean, the games were in June at 9:00 at night. It's like 90 degrees, and you were like cool as a cucumber.
Thank you. Inside, it might be churning a little bit, but no, you're absolutely right. There was so much little details that had to get done, and hopefully done well, and to meet everybody's satisfaction, because you and everybody else had pressure on to do your job.
Right.
So why compound it more? Let's make it a little easier.
Yeah, that's true. So you're receiving the John Bunn Lifetime Achievement Award, which is the pinnacle, really, of a non-enshrinement award, because the players and coaches get enshrined in teams. But to receive that award, Jeff, I mean, I know you'd be a very humble guy, and you don't toot your own horn or anything, but just, and getting up there and making the speech, sitting back, what does that mean to you to have achieved this?
Well, it means a lot. And really, Andrew, it's a lot like friends along the way, yourself, many, many others. I could go on for 5 days on your podcast, talking how many friends, but I'd be remiss if I forgot one. I'll include everybody who's inspired me, guided me, and really helped me to succeed. But those are the people that are part of this award.
Right.
That's a part of me, and I've been a part of them.
It's beautiful. And I know there's going to be a lot of people here, mutual friends of ours, that have been through the wars together, And then you did some work with USA Basketball, right? Weren't you involved in the early days with the Dream Team, I believe?
A little bit. I'm trying to organize that. And, Brian McIntyre back then, who was running the NBA's public relations efforts.
Yeah.
I kind of worked a little bit to try to get that dream team kind of organizing together. Yeah, and Lissert, our trainer, was the trainer.
And Lissert.
We had a lot of Celtic influence a little bit on that team. Yes, or presence, so put it that way.
Ed was so great. I used to just hang out in the training room, because that's where the place to be. The guys would just come in and kibitz with each other, and Ed was always so amazing. So we know, being in the sports business, that we're away a lot. Our families have to put up with a lot. There's a lot of pressure. It's, even before cell phones and everything else, it was still a 24-hour-a-day job.
7 days a week.
Right. And you have found a way to bring your family into your life and career, and it's going now to paying forward to the next generation. Can you talk about that?
Yes, thank you, Andrew. My son is a scout for the Charlotte Hornets, and my daughter is kind of a team relations person for the Utah Jazz.
Wow, that's amazing.
Now, you notice both of them are not in public relations like their father, so they did learn something about their dad over the years. I'm not doing what Dad did his thing, I'm going to do mine.
Yeah.
Very fortunate that they're part of the NBA family.
I bet you'll see a grandchild in there somewhere. I don't know, ball boy, ball girl. You never know.
It might be.
Oh, that's so great. Well, Jeff, I can't tell you how thrilled I am for you, having known you for so many years. I know it's kind of a pain in the ass when we work together, because I've always tried to push the envelope, and you always I always just had you at the corner of my eye. I just knew when not to cross the line, especially in Boston, which was a tough place to work. Yeah. It really was. Boston Garden was not very friendly to the other side, which I was looked at as the Laker guy, which I was really there for the NBA, But I miss that parquet floor, man. That was something.
We're fortunate to have good times and good memories that we've had.
Yeah.
When you say push the envelope, I disagree with you, because no, you never pushed the envelope, because you were trying to do something that you needed. Not that you wanted, but you needed something to done, and you may have wanted it too.
Yeah.
I understood that, and I tried to help you the best I could.
Thank you. Hey, one last thing. Remember that it had to be a finals, right? Where the Celtic locker room, I don't even know if he had a media room in the old Garden, but you couldn't have Larry do a press conference during the finals in the locker room area. You brought him out to the court. Of course you remember that. So I saw that whole thing materialize, and I went up to the catwalk and got a really fun picture, actually, of the media just surrounding Larry. But the NBA had just catapulted at that point. All the international media, we weren't used to that at that point. You're right. Yeah.
We were part of, here again, we're on the coat strings of Bird and Magic.
Yeah.
And Irving. And what they did from 79, when that game in the championship game with Michigan State, and they just transcended, fortunately, into the NBA, and lasted a good dozen plus years of excellence and really fun times that really changed the whole life of basketball.
Yeah, for sure. Well, in the 80s, it was either the Celtics or the Lakers winning the championship. Yeah. So, well, Jeff, great to see you, pal. Pleasure, I'm glad you're wearing the green shirt. I wouldn't predict. You wearing a green suit tonight, or what are you doing?
No, maybe a green tie. A green tie.
No leprechaun thing? No, okay. No. But congratulations, man.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. Thank you.
Well, I'm here with George Blaha, the 2025 Curt Gowdy Award recipient. Welcome to the club, my friend.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Yes.
Of being one of the guys who got the award before I did.
Thank you, but
and well deserved, by the way.
Thank you so much. You and I have been at the same events, same games, same finals, cross paths for 40-something years.
Exactly.
We never really had a conversation, but I always wanted to approach you and talk to you, so I'm so happy to sit with you today.
Well, thank you. Fun to be on your show.
Thank you, George. So, George, you run the gamut of multiple eras as the Detroit Pistons, the voice of the Detroit Pistons, right?
Correct.
When you started, okay, let's go way back. I mean, you first started, the 76, 77 season. So give me a couple of players from that first season you can remember.
Well, let me say this. When I sat down to broadcast my first NBA game, two all-time greats and mammoth men came out for the opening tip. Wes Unseld of the Washington then Bullets.
He was a big dude, yeah.
And Bob Lanier
another big dude.
The Pistons. So I said, maybe I should buckle up my seatbelt here.
Yeah.
This is a man's game.
Right.
And it really has been like that. We've softened it up a little bit by calling more fouls and taking some of the aggressiveness away from certain players. But where I sit, it's still a very physical contest.
Yeah.
And only the strong survive.
Of course, yeah. So where did they play? In Cobo Hall back then? Where did the Pistons play?
The Pistons played at Cobo.
Right.
And then they moved to the Silverdome.
Yeah, which was a nightmare. Yeah,
then they moved to the Palace.
Yes, yeah.
And that was a beautiful building. Beautiful building.
Yeah.
And now they're downtown.
Yeah.
One reason they're downtown is because, hey, this is a business. And apparently franchises are worth considerably more if they're in a downtown area.
Yeah, for sure.
The Palace, built by Mr. Davidson, was a beautiful place. Tom Gores came along, pumped some more money into it. His plan was not to move out.
Yeah.
And then there was stuff that needed to be done in the inner workings, the heating, the cooling, everything. Right. And he could become a tenant downtown at Little Caesars Arena.
Yeah.
And decided, at least for now, that was the way to go.
Yeah, and plus the other teams are down there. The Lions are there. The Tigers are there.
I believe we're the only city that has all four teams.
That's
downtown.
Interesting. Wow, you know what?
Meantime, the Atlanta Braves are in some other state almost.
Yeah, which is
downtown.
Against the whole, moving back downtown kind of theory. So I covered not going back as far as you, but I covered the Pistons since basically, I think my first game in Detroit had to be 84-ish or 85. And then, of course, the Bad Boys era, which was a phenomenal time to be working in the NBA or around the NBA. Those two finals were unbelievable. What do you remember? Give me like one great memory from either of those championships.
Well, I remember the competitive fire, the animosity there was between franchises. The Pistons always, in many ways, respected the Celtics. The Bulls hated the Pistons, so the Pistons hated them. And all the frou-frous in L.A. thought they were, a little above the Pistons, and so that kind of aggravated the Pistons.
That's funny.
And, L.A.'s L.A.
Yeah.
If you want to live there, it's a great place to live.
Yeah.
And some of the reporters were getting under Isiah's skin more than just a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it was important for the Pistons to knock off the Lakers, and that's what I remember from those times. But let me back up a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the 80s was the greatest decade we've had so far in the NBA.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you
when
that.
you think about all the great players that played,
I think I will agree with you on that. Yes.
all the great teams that were there, and for the Pistons to somehow come out of the 80s with a couple of championships was amazing. And Isiah beat Larry Bird and the Celtics. He beat Michael Jordan and the Bulls, and he beat Magic and the Lakers.
Right.
Which is not to say it wasn't a war.
Yeah.
And they knocked him out in the first round. Not a chance.
Yeah.
But he did beat all those guys.
That's
and
right.
he was, in my opinion, and from where I sat and where I watched him, he was an all-time great competitor.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we
and
played on one leg. I mean, obviously,
amazingly
you
tough
called
guy.
that game.
Two things come to mind.
Yeah.
The 25 points in the third quarter of Game 6 of the NBA Finals against the Lakers.
Yeah.
And another time, the following year in Portland, I had broadcast a couple of fights, boxing, and I always was sort of a fight fan.
Yeah.
So I paid attention to boxing. I don't pay attention to anything else right now in the WW whatever.
Right.
But
Yeah.
but boxing's still an important sport to me.
Yes.
And Isiah was hit, and he came out of a finals game in Portland, and I saw with a look in his eyes that he was out on his feet. Because I'd seen enough guys in the ring.
Yeah.
And I said to myself, whoa,
Yeah.
he's not coming back anytime soon. He may be through for the night.
Yeah.
Next stoppage of play, he's on his knee checking in and going back in.
He was as tough as they come, man. I mean,
So
he really
I got to
was.
give him plenty of credit for that.
Yeah, no, I loved watching him play. And he's just a great guy to know. And I don't think, honestly, Isiah gets his due, quite frankly. I mean, yes, of course, he's a Hall of Famer, but I think it gets passed over in the great. Not that he is the greatest of all time, and even he would admit that, but on the upper echelon, especially at his position, right?
Exactly.
So, yeah. So I have a question about the Lakers, Detroit. That Magic grew up outside Detroit, went to Michigan State, East Lansing. Here he's coming back, basically, he was the enemy of his hometown team that he grew up with. I mean, I've never actually asked him this question, but what is your view on all that?
Reminiscent of Isiah going back to Chicago.
Right, that's right. Yes, very
where
true.
all of a sudden,
yes,
they didn't care if this kid grew up on the west side.
Yeah, that's true.
In a hard knocks area.
Yeah.
And was one of theirs.
Yeah.
They liked this guy from North Carolina better.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened to Irvin in Detroit. Magic always handled it as well as he could.
Yeah.
He's such an outgoing, friendly, decent guy.
Yeah.
And Isiah did the best he could in Chicago, but it wasn't easy. He used to be one of those kids standing outside of the old Chicago Stadium begging for a pair of sneakers or just a hand slap from these guys.
That's very true. And I had that same experience with Kobe when the Lakers went back in the finals in 2002, I think. And he was just booed unmercifully, and it affected him.
In Philly.
Yeah, because, he grew up in suburban Philly.
So these people, they'll turn on you.
Yeah, well, it depends.
That's why they call them fans.
Yeah, what you're wearing across your chest. So last thing, George, is that I had the pleasure and honor to work around some amazing contemporaries of yours. Chick Hearn, dear friend, may he rest in peace. Ralph Lawler, who I think gets kind of lost in the conversation, quite honestly.
But he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
He won the Curt Gowdy Award.
Absolutely. But, Johnny Most, who I didn't know, but, was a character.
He was.
Al McCoy, who we lost,
Al and I were friends. I thought Al was a great talent. And I tell you what, he owned the Valley of the Sun.
Oh, for sure. And so beloved. So now that you're in the Hall of Fame as a Curt Gowdy winner, along with your contemporaries, I mean, how do you feel about that?
Well, I feel that, John D'Oliva and Jerry Colangelo were kind of honor me with that award this year.
Yeah.
And it's an amazing feeling because I'm just about to start my 50th season. Frankly, it couldn't come at a better time.
Incredible.
Gives you a little extra juice.
Yeah.
And
you're still doing it, George. It's unbelievable, man. That's so
who knows?
great.
Who knows how much longer I'll do it? But if nothing else, This has empowered me.
Oh, that's beautiful. Well, we'll end on that. It was really, really a great honor for me to finally actually sit down with you because,
Well,
like I said, we
we're both
shared
in the same club now, buddy.
Yeah, we're both in the same club. We shared the baseline for a long time, and now we're both here. So thanks so much, George.
I hope your back's better.
Yeah, it's getting better. This is a lot easier on my back. Well, big thanks to Jeff and George for joining me on this episode. Two amazing men who truly have dedicated their careers to basketball and now are officially Hall of Famers. Congrats to you both. Thanks as always to our producer, Carlin Barker, and our editors, Sean Gosser and Addison Shao. Thanks, everyone, for joining us for this episode of the podcast. We are thankful to all our loyal followers. Folks, please tell your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Legends of Sport, and our Instagram at Legends of Sport, and my photography can be found on Instagram at ADB Photo Inc. Please check out the discount link in our social media to our good friends at Muggsy. You know how much we love Muggsy's clothes. And the discount link to our friends at You Should, the best way you should protect your skin for work, play, and everyday life. Thanks again, folks. We'll be back next week with another episode of the Legends of Sport podcast.